right, where are my fans of the Mandalorian? Make some noise! Yes, well guess what? We got Giancarlo Esposito and Ming-Na Wen here to talk to you guys! But first, I'm going to bring out your moderator for this wonderful panel. He is the host of the nighttime show, but you may know him as Gustavo from The Big Rush. Please give it up for Stephen Kramer Glickman! Yes, Stephen.
So unbelievably excited to be here because I am literally the biggest Star Wars fan ever. Where's our other biggest Star Wars fans ever? Where are ya? Yeah, well, let's get this thing started. We gotta make this thing happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him as Moff Gideon. Give it up for Giancarlo Esposito, everyone. Give it up!
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome absolute royalty, Fennec Shand on The Mandalorian and in the big Star Wars universe. Give it up for Ming-Na Wen, everyone! Another giant round of applause for these two incredible people.
Hi, Steve.
I'm so excited. We gotta jump right in because this is amazing. Okay, you both have had amazing careers prior to being on, in the Star Wars universe. How has your career changed since your characters debuted on The Mandalorian?
You wanna take that one first? Or?
Well, I
Yeah.
sure, why not?
Okay, because I'm gonna take pictures.
I love it. Pictures worth 1,000 words. There's nothing like being in a world where you are in the world of mythology and fantasy and a world that's much bigger than you are, that teaches you life lessons through great stories. And so my career's changed quite a bit when I didn't think it could change anymore. I've been on an even kind of keel for a long time. I've always wanted to be wielding a dark saber. I have always wanted to swing a cape around. And so I'm like a kid in the candy store. I really love it, and I'm really happy to be there, and it's done great things for my career, of course.
Well, I swing a cape around constantly at home. But
I can picture that, Steve. I picture that, yes, right now. Well, I've been a huge Star Wars fan since I was a little kid, and it's just been an absolute dream come true for me. And I can't explain my life right now because I feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience, living my fantasy that has become my reality. And you guys are absolutely the most amazing fans, and I'm so happy you love Fennec Shand because I love her too.
Yeah, and we're getting more Fennec Shand very soon in Boba Fett. Come on.
The book.
The Book of Boba Fett. That looks incredible. If you were, you're going to be taking over Jabba the Hutt's criminal underworld, what is a character that you would like to see brought back into the fold, into the underground fold? Any?
Oh gosh, I wish I could say, but for me personally, I would want all the OGs to come back, all the original characters.
Can we get a Dengar? Can I be Dengar? I will wrap my head in bandages. I'm ready. I'm ready. I love it.
Or something in a cape.
Yes, anything in a cape. Giancarlo, what about you? Is there a character that you would love to see back in the world?
Well, you know, I have to say that I like the OGs as well. I do believe that all of the earlier characters that were in the films, we have an opportunity to bring some of them back, but I can't say any more than that either.
We can't. We'll get in trouble.
I see a Bosk over there. Is that? Oh no, that's just a guy. That is awkward. That is so sorry for that. Moisturizer. You have both been recently inducted into the superfan cosplay group, the 501st Legion. Where's our 501st?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah! What was it like having them on set? I mean, to have superfans on set as a part of the show, you know, when they've been there, what was that like?
It's, you know, I think because we're all such huge Star Wars fans, they brought on their authentic Stormtrooper costumes and other costumes, and it's amazing, the details. There was nothing that needed to be changed, and they knew exactly what they needed to do. They knew exactly how to pose. They knew exactly how to hold their weapons, and then they knew exactly how to get shot. Because Stormtroopers get shot all the time.
It's an amazing experience to have and to hear the stories afterwards on my first day of shooting, going out and being taken to a world that was surrounded by shipping containers, so people couldn't send drones in and take photos. And then to have all of these members of the 501 who I didn't know they were 501s. I thought they were just actors, and they did their job incredibly, you know, seamlessly, absolutely perfectly. And then in speaking to them, I realized that at least a third of them, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but many of them were women. Yeah, baby! And I come to find out that they were put on a bus, not told where they were going, told they were going to some benefit or something, had no idea they were going to even be in our show, and that really tickled me as well. But what got me the most was that they carried themselves with such great professionalism, and I've since been hanging out with the 501s in Oregon and around the country, and what you do as a 501 is the most amazing gift that you give to society. Going to children's hospitals, going to orphanages, really bringing joy into people's lives. I am a champion of the 501.
Yeah! Well said.
Now, I know this is a bit of a tricky question, but I will admit something loud first. When I was doing Big Time Rush on Nickelodeon, as we wrapped our show, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Very kind. When we wrapped, I stole basically the whole set. I stole all of my gold records. I took everything home and filled up my house with it. And then they called and said, "Can we have it back?" And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." You know? Is there anything that you were able to take from? Do you have any memorabilia, anything that you've taken home from? Not even just from Star Wars, but from your entire career. Is there anything you're a big fan of that you've gotten to keep?
Took me 10 years to get a Los Pollos Hermanos tray. A red tray from Los Pollos Hermanos. I've been signing them for years. Finally this year I go back and they put a red tray in front of me and I said, "I'm going to steal this." And I did. And I'm so proud of myself. Other than that, I only had a paper cup.
Yeah.
From Star Wars, we could get busted big time if we admit to stealing anything. But I was given a wonderful challenge coined by John Favreau, at least 10 of them. And a really beautiful one, and I know it meant a lot to him. And so I have since given each one of them away. And I got to the last one, and it was for a young boy who was 8 years old, and I thought of this boy in my mind after I had my morning meditation, and I thought, this is your last one. And I thought, give it away. Give it away, because it's a big circle. When you give things away and you are in service, they'll come back to you tenfold.
Don't you just love this guy? It's he's just amazing. I'm more selfish.
I love you.
I am such a hoarder. But I will learn from you to be more giving. I give in other ways. But you know, with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I did get.
Yeah.
I got to keep all of her many different outfits. At the very end, you know, make friends with your costumer. And so I have a few of those things. I have I love the clothes, because for me the clothes really, really creates the character and helps me to become that character. As far as my Fennec outfit, boy, that's going to take some doing. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get
Yeah, with clothes, you put a lot of energy into those clothes, and you want to be able to hold on to a couple of pieces and stuff like that. Oh, I get it. I totally get that. Now, okay, the end of this past season of The Mandalorian brought the return of Luke Skywalker. It was an emotional moment for fans and for you know, and for, I'm sure, for the cast. What was that like? Can you talk about it at all? I mean, now it's kind of out in the open. People know about what it was like, but can you tell us a little bit what that felt like?
I mean, we all have very different stories about it, but ultimately it was truly one of those surreal moments where he, you know, is there and he is not at the same time. But for me, the most essential moment was seeing videos of the fans crying, gasping, jaw-dropping. You know, it just brought back so many memories for me when I used to go to the theater and watch Star Wars and have those moments, and to have been a part of that is truly the most incredible gift in my life and in my career. So we're bonded. We're all bonded from that one very spectacular moment.
Yeah, it's amazing to be a part of such a huge franchise that enhances your imagination, that brings about and throws back to when you grew up. You know, we, as many of you and some of your children, are rediscovering what Star Wars really is, and why does this show really work and have such a deep impact on us? Because our show, Mandalorian, has returned to the mythological elements that teach you about morality, that teach you about right and wrong, that give you a choice and show you what the right thing to do is. So part of me is a fan, because in my youth, and I saw those early movies, they really were literally, and pardon the pun, out of this world. And they were a great gift.
In a galaxy far, far away.
In a galaxy far, far away. And so they give us the opportunity to be fans too. So that moment is overwhelming when you're able to be there and be working with someone that you, and a story that galvanized you when you were young. To be in that mix is like a dream come true.
Absolutely. I mean, when I saw that moment in the show, I was feeling good. I was like, God, this is such an amazing ending. What an amazing moment. And then when the reveal happened, and I think we all kind of were hoping that it would happen, and then when the reveal happened, tears shot out of my eyes like an anime character. I am a 42-year-old grown man, and I was just like, bing, 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 bing. I just could not handle it. It was really big, and it was amazing that they were able to like heal so much stuff and put so much together for something that we love so much. You know, it's amazing.
You know, like John Favreau, Dave Filoni, Peyton, who directed that episode. It's really an incredible collaboration, but they're the nerds themselves that, you know, grew up with Star Wars, and their respect and understanding of it really propelled that moment, I think.
Absolutely.
So
now you have both had posters, T-shirts, action figures. What is your favorite bit of merch that has come out that you just you know that you had to get? that you had to get?
All of it. Again, I'm the hoarder.
What about from other things aside from Star Wars? Any other merch or pieces that have popped up that you're like, I had to get this?
Oh gosh.
Well, for me, it took me a month and a half, 2 months, maybe even longer than that, to get the package Moff Gideon T-shirt and pop doll in my size.
Nice.
Everybody a medium in the world. It took me about 3 or 4 months to find that, and I love that. And then, you know, I'm very fond of the Gus Fring pop dolls, 166, 167 of Gus Fring as well, which I think are very hard to find now as well. I think I may have one of those left, but yeah, it's exciting to be able to get things that are relatable, that remind you of such a wonderful experience that you've had on the show.
And what's so crazy is that my son, who just turned 16, he started watching Breaking Bad, and he loves Gus. He actually dressed up as Gus in the apron with hermanos.
Los Pollos Hermanos, the clip-on tie. And you got to tell him, for me, he looked great.
He did. He was so into it. It's just so awesome. Yeah, full circle.
A big question that came from some super fans out there was Grogu. Being on set with Grogu, we've heard stories of like Werner Herzog reportedly like not being able to like break eye contact with him on set and like trying to talk to him in between takes. Do you have any stories of working either with Werner Herzog or with Baby Yoda, Grogu?
I hate working with Baby Yoda. He steals every scene. Never work with kids, animals, or Baby Yoda, Grogu.
Yeah, so when Baby Yoda was presented to me by John, we walked by a rolling tray, and we were halfway by, and he said, "You want to meet the baby?" And I went, "Yeah." And he whipped off the canvas cover on the baby, and just then the puppeteer was coming over, and he wanted to see him move. And I looked at this, and I went, scratched my head, and I looked at John, and I said, "That's the star of the show."
And he has such an entourage. He is such a diva.
Totally.
Right? Like he's got like 6 people with him all the time.
I love that so much. That's amazing. Anything about Favreau that you can tell us about working with Mr. John Favreau?
I think John's a genius. I really do.
Genius.
He's really big hand for Favreau. For Dave Filoni. Yeah,
Filoni!
You know, John, is someone who has thought it all out, written it all, producing it, directing, guiding the directors. But then, in my scenes with Baby Yoda, I realized that, there was room. And he allowed me to realize there was room to play. And so I never change any of the words or try to improvise at all. But with that baby, I felt compelled to. And I really, and that's how, you ever seen one of these? You're liable to lose an eye. That's how all that came up. I was messing around. I was joking and having fun. Because I realized, I'm a little tight here because, like you, I was nervous the baby's going to steal the whole scene. So I thought, have fun with this baby. And that would be a misdirect as to whether or not you know whether Moff Gideon has nefarious ideas for this child, or is it possible that he would want to extract something from this child that he could use that would be for the betterment of all of humanity? And then I started to really be free and think, don't think in one linear way, think in a way that's circular, that could be inclusive of all of our Star Wars world.
And John, he's such a great storyteller. Like, you could spend hours just listening to him as he's explaining the scene, explaining the moment, and what happened before, what's going to happen next. And as an actor, it really fills a lot of the blanks, but he does allow you to play. Like, I remember that now this iconic moment with Boba Fett, on the throne of the previous dude that no longer exists,
Right.
Jabba. I was standing very, very like military stiff and next to Boba when we were doing the montage, and he just came over and he's like, these guys are bounty hunters. Let's see what we can. It just feels like he has such a wonderful instinctual like feel for everything, you know. And he's just like, what if we make it a little more relaxed? What if we? And that's when that whole tableau became what it is now. You know, where I'm sitting, where I'm drinking, and it kind of like tells the story without needing words. It's an image, and he understands that so well. You know, it's remarkable.
That's absolutely incredible. Before we wrap up, one last question: is there one hint of absolutely anything that you can say about the future of your characters or of the show? Anything at all? We'll take anything. Right?
Let's see. The Book of Boba Fett comes out December 29th. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. On Disney Plus.
Will Rancor wear a Santa cap? Anything?
Lawsuit. Look forward to the season 3 of Mandalorian coming soon.
Social medias. Do you guys have social medias? Will you let people know where they can find you on the internet?
I'm at Ming-Na on Twitter and at Ming-Na_Wen on Instagram, I believe.
God, you're doing better than I am.
Yeah.
Just look for Giancarlo Esposito 1, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Check it out, baby.
Speaking of
You can always get me at Stephen Glickman on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And then our podcast, The Nighttime Show. It's a very colorful booth. It's right over there. Big shout out to Regina Carvinelli for hooking this up. Anovos for the helmet. Guys, thank you all so much. We love you. And we love you.